how to do it. It was so-so because you're still out in the parking lot playing around with somebody. See that? So when you come into a wrestling room, when you come in that door right there, you've got to be ready to go to work. It's that, I keep saying it, it's that simple. People make a lot of, got to be complicated, it's got to be a profound thing, but it's not. It's simple. You come in there and you go to work. You don't come in here playing grab rear end with your buddy and you're messing around and you're talking about everything under the sun except what's in front of you. When you come through that door right there, there should be a new rule. Where's Coach at? Right here. There should be a new rule, the Bob Siddens rule. He can explain who Bob Siddens is when I leave. It should be the Bob Siddens rule. Bob Siddens would always say, when you come into my wrestling room, you talk about wrestling. Everything outside of the room is irrelevant. When you leave the room, then you can go back to your normal life. And you know what? Because of that, this will become your normal life. So instead of wasting, we ran till 7 after and then till about 12 to 15 after before we really got after it. Instead of wasting that 11 o'clock to 15 after, you would have a whole quarter of an hour of work that was done proper and better. And I'm not down on you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not down on you. I'm just explaining it to you from a work ethic point of view. Because if you're like I am or like I was as a competitor, you can't afford to waste the time. I just wasn't that good of an athlete. I had to work extremely hard to get where I was. Had to work extremely hard to get where I was. And here's the thing that's going to throw you for a loop maybe. And here's the thing that you might not believe. You guys are so, this guy right here, you are so far in front of where I was when I was your age, it's not even funny.
Warm.
It's not even funny. And take that to the bank. Take that to the bank. And you know what? The guys that maybe are thinking that you're not at that level, the group as a whole in here is doing a good job of working when you're focused. When you're focused. So you got a good thing going. You got a good thing going. So don't go the other way. Don't go the other way. Don't go the other way when Coach Matthews isn't around. Don't go the other way when Coach Sean's not around. Where's Sean at? When Coach Sean's not around. Don't go the other way. Act like he's there all the time. Imagine that he's always over your shoulder. What would he say if I'm screwing around during a technique session? What would he say to me? He'd put his foot up your butt, I bet. Right? Yeah. So you imagine that he's always watching. And then you can get work done. And then when the coaches are around, you come in and you're lackadaisical and you're feeling like, oh man, we just went through a 2-hour session. We only had an hour break. I got to get going again. Get going again. Get going again. You're only teenagers at best, right? We got any 30-year-olds in here? Because your body really doesn't start going the other way until about 30, 31, 32, 33. So you guys are climbing hard. And that means you should be lifting. That means you should be exposing yourself to as much technique as you can. And you should be wrestling as hard as you can, as much as you can. Because your body can take it. And your body actually does more than take it. It grows because of it. The more you push your body at this age, at the age that you're at, from this guy all the way to that guy, the more you push your body at that age, the better and the stronger it's going to be. Believe that. Believe that. Not like a lot of these college athletes that have to go, half a day off after 3 or 4 days on. It's not like that. Or these senior guys that are 28, 30 years old that have to go 3 on and then maybe a day and a half off. You're not like that right now. And the reason why a guy like Jordan Burroughs trains like that is because of the way that he paid his dues when he was your age. Remember that. So when you're 30, you don't need to pound your body the way that you do now because you did it now. It will pay off when you're 30. Or when you're 25, or maybe you're only going to wrestle until you're a senior in college. You graduate when you're 23. So what? So we're all on the same page, right? That made a lot of sense, right? A lot of words there. We'll make you do a paper on it. I keep thinking you're bigger than you are. We're going to do counter offense, so I don't know if you want to be in on my leg. Probably, yeah. All right, guys, in on my leg. Just hit your high crotch. We'll start here. Yeah, we'll start here. High crotch. As much as he wants the corner here. See that? He's trying to get the corner. As much as he wants to get a corner on me, I want to get the corner on him. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take the hand that's closest to his body, and I'm going to jam my forearm into his head here and lift my same leg that he's attacking, and then get to some kind of a crossface here. And then I'm going to release my feet to the mat. Right there. That's what I want to do. And we got to be somewhat hot right now. You got to be somewhat hot because of your shoulders. So when he hits me, I'm jamming his head, but I'm not pushing on his head like this. A lot of times what you see is guys, number one, they try to crossface before they get their angle where they can crossface, and they don't have any leverage with their foot, or they'll come to the head and they'll push down on the head, and all that's doing right now is if he lifts his head, it's lifting me off the mat. See that? So I got to squat with my forearm and then get to my angle. See where I'm at now? When he tries to drive up, I'm going to release my foot and then drop to my knees. And when I say release my foot, all I mean by that is I'm going to get the rubber off the road. The rubber part of your sole or your shoe is coming up right there. That's where I can beat him. The free leg does a lot of damage here. This free leg does a lot of damage. Once I get my angle on him here, I'm pressuring back into him this way. See that? And until he drives up, I'm going to continue to pressure. If I'm pressuring and he drives up, then I release. Then I release here. See that? That's how I can slide. If I continue to push as he pushes, I'm going to push him right into a finish right there. And that's probably the trickiest part of counter offense. Even on a single, it'd be the same thing. If he's in on a single here, relax. So if I get here and I continue to push with my free foot and he's pushing back into me, he's going to be able to get an angle or just come straight up on me. Right there. See that? So I got to be mentally smart or mentally focused enough here. Go to that single again just so they can see. When he starts driving, I give ground with my feet. See that? I try to get my rubber off the road right there. So my leg, so if he drives, he just pushes me across the mat there. Because I slide. Same thing on that high crotch. He gets it up here. This isn't good enough. He's going to chase that corner hard, right? So I release that foot. You notice when I lift that foot, that's when I can really get a corner. All right? So here's the drill. He's going to be in on a high crotch. All I want you to do, forearm on the back of his head, shove him down, and keep coming on the corner. No, let me have you. Keep coming on the corner. Lift your foot, cross face, and drop to your knees. Right there. You should be, backhand should be on his quarter panel. Right here. Right? That's a NASCAR.
Yeah.
You like that, don't you? Quarter panel.
I like that.
Look at my hips. Look at my hips. The closer my hips are to the mat, the better. His whole ability to be able to finish is under my hip. See that? It's not this. You can lift there, can't you? He feels that. He likes it. Now he can't lift. See that? This is all the farther I want you to go, right there. Do we have it? All right, let's go out there and pick this up then. Let's go. Fire up. Let's go.